A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant legal ruling, U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer has ordered the Trump administration to cease its deployment of National Guard troops in Los Angeles, returning control of the troops to California Governor Gavin Newsom. This decision comes as a response to the ongoing immigration protests that have swept through the city following the Trump administration's intensified immigration enforcement policies. The ruling, issued on Wednesday, marks a notable setback for President Trump, who had previously federalized thousands of National Guard troops in June to assist federal officers amid escalating demonstrations. Judge Breyer's 35-page order highlighted that the administration's claims of a rebellion in Los Angeles were unfounded and did not meet the legal criteria for such a military deployment under U.S.C. Section 12406, which allows for the federalization of National Guard troops only in cases of foreign invasion or when the president is unable to execute the law. Breyer stated that the continued deployment of the National Guard in this context was contrary to law and posed a risk of establishing a national police force made up of state troops. The judge emphasized the importance of checks and balances within the government, asserting that the defendants sought a blank check for military action rather than adhering to constitutional limits. In response to the ruling, White House officials expressed their intention to appeal, asserting that President Trump had acted within his lawful authority to deploy the National Guard to support federal operations during violent protests that local leaders failed to control. The administration has maintained that the presence of National Guard troops was necessary to protect federal personnel and property, despite California officials arguing that the situation in Los Angeles had significantly changed since the initial deployment, with troop numbers dwindling from over 4,000 to around 100 by late October. This legal battle is not isolated, as similar challenges have arisen regarding National Guard deployments in other Democratic-led cities, including Portland and Chicago. The implications of Judge Breyer's ruling extend beyond Los Angeles, as it raises critical questions about the limits of presidential power in deploying military forces domestically and the balance of authority between state and federal governments. As the Trump administration prepares for an appeal, the situation remains fluid, with the judge placing a stay on the new preliminary injunction until December 15th, allowing time for further legal maneuvering. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for how future administrations handle National Guard deployments in response to civil unrest and immigration enforcement. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.